I'm Davis Hammett with Loud Light. Here's what happened in Week 9 in the Kansas State House. This week, the Senate debated a bill that would add anti-abortion language into family law. The bill practically wouldn't do anything now, but lays the foundation for fetal personhood, which is a legal strategy to ban abortion by convincing the courts that a fetus has more legal rights than a pregnant person. During debate, Democratic Senator Patrick Schmidt introduced an amendment to include that same fetal personhood recognition into tax law by expanding child tax breaks to fetuses, a policy which anti-abortion groups have wanted for years. Surprised and gleeful Republican senators approved the amendment, with Senator Schmidt explaining his action as making lemonade out of lemons. The amended bill, which now establishes state tax IDs for and a registry of fetuses, raises significant abortion rights and privacy concerns. The amended bill passed the Senate on a party line vote of 30-9 and could get a vote in the House as early as Monday. The State Ethics Commission's executive director resigned unexpectedly earlier this year. Then this week, only 2 months later, the interim ethics director announced they are immediately resigning, leaving the ethics agency without a leader. This comes as Republicans are advancing several bills to radically overhaul and undermine the state's entire ethics code. The ethics agency has been under tremendous pressure from Republican leaders, legislators, lobbyists, and lawyers due to an ongoing investigation of a 2020 money laundering conspiracy by top Republican officials and affiliates. A bill expanding on a Brownback-era tax credit program for private schools passed a House committee and now heads to the House floor. The bill expands eligibility for taxpayer-funded tuition for private, unaccredited, and unregulated schools. Initially, Republican leaders described the bill as a tool for low-income students in public schools, but eligibility is being expanded to include students regardless of income and removing a requirement that the student previously attend a Kansas public school. The tax credit or vouchers are currently capped at $10 million per year, but the bill would raise the amount of public tax dollars diverted to private schools on a yearly basis. As House Majority Leader Chris Croft promised in a leaked Zoom call, a House committee passed a bill that would gradually reduce both income and corporate tax at an unknown cost to the state. The bill echoes the tax strategy used in the Brownback tax experiment, which significantly cut income and corporate taxes, leading to a $1 billion budget shortfall in the state. Of note, while most Republican legislators reversed course in 2017 to override Governor Brownback's experiment, Ty Masterson, who is now the Senate president, was part of the minority that refused to change course. During a debate a few weeks ago, Republican Representative Hoheisel walked onto the Democratic side of the aisle, put his finger in Representative Carr's face, and shouted profanities. A House committee investigating the altercation deadlocked on a party line tie vote and therefore will take no action against Hoheisel. Immediately after the tie vote, Republican Representative Howell filed a complaint against Democratic Representative Carr, alleging Carr has created a hostile work environment and should be censured or expelled from the legislature. The investigation committee will now begin an inquiry into Carr's rhetoric and behavior. Only 5% of Kansas legislators are Black, yet half of the complaints ever filed have centered on comments about race between a Black Democrat and a white Republican. This is the 10-year anniversary of a high-profile investigation where several House Republicans attempted to expel Representative Wynn, a Black woman, from the legislature for saying a bill targeting Hispanic students was racist. The House and Senate will be on the floor debating bills almost every day as they approach Friday's drop-dead deadline, where most bills need to have passed both chambers in order to stay alive for the year. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and until next time, thank you so much, Kansas.